Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of What's That Pepper series. I say another because I actually forgot what number we're on. So today we have a very special pod to look at, and this is the Super Pequin. And the Super Pequin, actually this is the improved version, so there is a Super Pequin. So basically what I did was I took the Super Pequin and crossed it again. So this is what it looks like now. It looks very much like a mini Scotch bonnet. It's very unique, but it also retained the Peking traits where when it's ripe, the bird peck at it, it fall off, or when you pick it, you just slightly touch it and it just separate from the stem. Um, they're very unique because they're larger. They look like Scotch bonnet, and I can't wait to see what or taste them and see what they're like. So let's go outside and take a look at the plant, and then we'll come back. I'll cut this open, and then we'll try it out. Alright guys, here is what my Super Pequin, the improved version, looks like. It's a pretty old pepper plant because it was overwinter. So this is its second season. And right now it's not doing very well because I haven't been taking care of it. So I need to give it some fertilizer. And there are some fruits, but the birds keep coming by and eat it. So just like the regular Peking, when the fruits are ripe, when you touch it, it'll fall off the stem. So then that's why you see here, these have been eaten by the birds. So anytime they become red, the birds will come by and would eat it. So I need to pick these guys really early before the birds get them. So many of the characteristics of my other Peking carried over. One thing is the fuzzy stems. So the stem has some sort of fuzz here, so it's very, very unique. And the other one is the shapes are pretty interesting. Sometimes they look like a mini Scotch bonnet, and sometimes it looks a little bit like the normal Peking. Some of them are round, some of them are longer. So you see here, these are the larger ones. And some of these here are like mini Scotch bonnets. So they're very cool. I have two that are ready, so I need to pick these before the birds get them. So here's one. Look at this. So you see that? It has like those lobes, very similar to a Scotch bonnet. Very, very interesting. So I'll pick one here. And I'll go ahead and pick this one too, because it should be almost ready. And if I leave this at room temperature, they will ripen, and I can actually get seeds from this now. So that is the Super Peking. It can grow very, very large, and the leaves are a little bit small, a little fuzzy, hairy. So it's a really nice variety. I love growing them because they look very, very pretty when when they're nice and healthy. This is one of the larger ones. Alright guys, so let's take this inside and try it out. Alright, here is a closer look at the peppers. And as I mentioned, they do look like mini Scotch bonnets. And you see here, this one here was ripe. So I barely touched it and it fell right off. And I had to pick these early because the birds keep eating them. So I didn't want to lose any more peppers to the birds. So as soon as they're kind of like a little ripe, I pick them right away before the birds get them. But this is fine. You can still leave this at room temperature and they will continue to ripe. And then you can save seeds from them. So let's cut these open and then take a look inside. Wow, this one is very soft because it's really, really ripe. Look at that. There's only one seed from this one. Nice, decent sized wall, I would say, for Peking. Is much larger. Wow, it smells really, really sweet from here and hot from a distant. So let's try and give it a smell real quick. I always forget to wear gloves. Yeah, smells very tropical and hot. So we'll cut this one open as well. So you see the stem? You see how it falls off really easily. Yeah, this one is also soft. No seed. So a lot of my crosses, I like not too many seeds. So I kind of pick a certain variety that I think would produce very little seed to breed. Okay, so man, there's no seed in here. Actually, there's one, or yeah, there's one. So yeah, it's gonna be really difficult to get seeds from these guys because they don't produce very many. Anyway, let's have a taste and see how good they are. All right, guys. So here we are with the Super Pequin, the improved version. Doesn't have much seeds in here. Smells very nice and fruity. A little tropical. Yeah, I keep getting that from these varieties that I crossed. Yeah, tropical fruits. That's how I would explain it. The red one, the one that's really ripe, they are very soft. Yeah, they have a stronger smell than the less ripe. So they look like little Scotch bonnet, very tiny, look pretty cool. The plant looks not too good right now, as you can see earlier. So the cross, initially I took the regular Pequin, and I grew those for many years. I love those things. They're just so fun to grow, but they're just so bad to harvest because they're so small and there's so many of them, and you gotta pick like a whole bunch just to do anything with. They don't taste too good, but if you dry them and stuff like that or make sauce, they taste better. And then when they're really ripe, you're trying to pick them, they just fall off, and so you don't want to pick them off the ground because they're so small. And so I wanted something bigger, so I took my my Starracha and I crossed it. And the Starracha has a Scotch bonnet as one of the parent. And then I crossed it again, and this time I took the Crimson Starr, which is very related to the Starracha, and then that's how I got this one. So I'm expecting this to be really hot, and as you can see, the seeds are very few, so it's gonna take me a while to get seeds out to people. Because the plant is not producing that many. So anyway, let's try this half here and see what it's like. Wow, very sweet immediately. Very soft, mushy. A little bit bitterness, and then there's heat. Wow, this is a lot of heat. I didn't like too much how soft it is. Maybe I need to eat them before they become too ripe. Wow, this is hot. I haven't had much pepper this whole season. It hits like the roof of my mouth at the back of the throat. Wow. This is definitely hotter than the regular Pequin. The back of my throat is on fire at the roof. Oh my god, I'm glad I didn't eat the whole pod. Wow, that's hot. The roof of my back of the throat is on fire. I think I said that 3 times already. Wow. Oh man, it's starting to subside. Numbing on the fingers. That really took me by surprise. Still hot. Oh man. Tingling feeling on my hands and all the way here. It just won't want to let go. It's dying down for sure, but the throat area, this is the same feeling that I got when I ate the hornet, the Sriracha bonnet, and the Crimson Starr. They're all related. Scotch bonnet is the parent because I love Scotch bonnet. It's subsided, but then it just don't want to let go at the back of the throat. It's that one area that's still hot. Okay. Definitely, from now on, when I eat these, I'm gonna eat the green ones because the red one is really mushy. My stomach's kind of hurting. But there's a slight bitterness that I felt. I'm not sure it's from the placenta or the shell of the, like the skin. The skin has a tough texture. And the inside is really mushy. And when I ate it, I think that's the mushiness got stuck at the roof of the throat. And that's where I got all the heat. I'm not sure how I'm gonna use this because they're too small for hot sauce. Maybe add a few to my hot sauce. The skin is kind of tough, but not on the green ones. The green ones, they're crunchy, so when they get harder, I mean tougher as the fruits ripe. Oh, my stomach is really warm. Okay, so the flavor is okay. Initial flavor was great. And then there's a slight super hot bitterness. I guess that's probably from the parent. And then after that, it's just heat. A lot of heat. I've had a few of these already when they're green. I eat them with food and they weren't that hot, but I guess because I'm eating it with food, my tongue is coated. Yeah, I would say this is on par with the mini habanero. Definitely hotter than the Pequin, like 100 times hotter than the Pequin. And I think I'm just gonna use this at the green stage to eat with food when they're raw. If they get ripe, maybe I'll just mix it up with some hot sauce. But it's gonna take a ton of these to make some hot sauce, so maybe that may be not a good option. They're fun to grow. They will bring birds to your yard for sure. All right, guys, that is it. I hope you enjoy this video. It's very, very hot. My mouth is still, my tongue is still numb right now. And I'll try to collect some seeds if I can, because they only produce 1 or 2 seeds per pot, so it might take a bunch of pots to get enough seeds to grow for next season. Maybe send a few out to some friends. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.